Al Bernstein for the Boxing Channel here with Hanna Gabriels, who will be defending her WBO 154-pound title tomorrow night against Dakota Stone, that you will see here on the Boxing Channel. You are fighting your most experienced opponent. How do you approach that?
Well, I know she has that much experience, so we are going to try not to fall in her game, or so we don't get frustrated or anything. We have a strategy, and we are planning to follow that. I think it's gonna be a great fight, and it's gonna be very tough. And since we know that, and we know that we accepted that already, so I think. There's not much more than fighting. Fighting with my whole heart. My mind, I'm the champion, and my mind is there to keep the title, to keep the belt, and to make my country once more very, very proud.
Yeah, you talk about your country. Great support today at the weigh-in and press conference. Is there extra pressure on you when you fight at home?
Actually, not. I feel relief when I see that the people is supporting not just me, also the boxing. Boxing is not very popular in Costa Rica until now.
Yes,
and
you're making it popular.
Yeah, so it is a blessing. I couldn't feel anything negative out of that. I'm just hoping that the place is full. There is a football game, soccer game, also that is for good causes, for cancer and stuff. So we have enough people to fill up both places. So I hope that is filled.
Now, you got into boxing. You were a great athlete, a track star, and you had an injury which led you to boxing, a back injury. What made you think of boxing as a sport you wanted to get involved in?
Well, you know what? It was destiny. And it was God, because I didn't even know I was going to box. I just got in there to lose some weight. And here I am.
A world champion.
A world champion. And I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that I have received. And trust me, I'm not gonna let it go.
Now, can you see this fight ending in knockout, or would you think more of a decision?
I'm not sure. I do not underestimate her at all, and she has never been knocked out before. So I'm not thinking about the knockout, but I'm thinking about winning all the rounds very clearly, and take advantage of my speed and my feet, and so I'm strong too. So I do not underestimate myself either. It's going to be a great fight.
Very good. We're all looking forward to it. And, of course, your fiancé, Brian Vasquez, could fight for a world title very soon. He's healing up in a hand injury. Is it great to have him out there rooting for you?
Yes, of course. He's going to be in my corner, and there's nothing better than having the people that you love and trust the most so close. And this is just one more of the blessings that he is letting me live, and so I'm just happy.
Very good. Well, as you can tell, not only is she a great fighter, but a wonderful personality, and we wish you the best of luck, Hanna.
Thank you so much. You guys are invited to enjoy it. I'm well prepared, and welcome to Costa Rica. Even though you're not here, you're welcome.
They're kind of here. So Hanna Gabriel's defending her 154-pound title against Dakota Stone, and it should be a very exciting fight. And, of course, you can see it right here on the Boxing Channel.
Check it out.
Al Bernstein for the Boxing Channel here with Dakota Stone, who tomorrow night will try for the 154-pound WBO title against Hanna Gabriels. Her third try at a world title. You're hoping the third time is a charm.
Definitely. It's a charm.
Yeah. You know that for sure.
Yeah, I feel it. It's in my bones. It's in the stars. It's all ready to go.
Now, you had a good long time to prepare for this match. That's got to be a big benefit. You had, I think, 6 weeks, correct?
6 weeks for this fight, yeah. And I've been on a good training binge over the last year and a half, so 6 weeks was perfect for this.
You're coming in off a win over Christy Martin. It was a rematch with her. Before that, you'd had a 2-year layoff. Right. How did it feel to get back in the ring? And I'm assuming that was important for you now, so you weren't coming into this championship match with a big layoff.
Well, I had got a new trainer in that time. So between the first time I fought Christy and the second time, I had a new trainer, and I'd had some really dedicated time in the gym with learning new things and changing a lot of things. So by the time I get in there with her, I was ready for that match, and I was trying new things in there, which worked really well. And since that time, we've fine-tuned even more since then. So I think I've had enough time off from the last fight till now, and I'm ready to get in. I still feel fresh and good, and coming off of that win, it was a good one for me.
Now, you have obviously we're in Costa Rica where Hanna Gabriels, it's her home area and a very popular fighter here. And going on the road, nothing new for you. You've done it before. What's your mindset when you go on the road to face another fighter?
Well, you know, I always want to do my best, and sometimes your best you have to do even more when you're traveling out of the country, especially you know, I've never been a knockout fighter, but I've learned that that's what I need to be. So when I hired my new trainer, that's what I told him, is that I needed to be a knockout fighter because I travel the world to fight. And I didn't want to stop traveling in order to fight, so I need to learn how to knock people out. So there's a lot more emphasis on my strength now.
Interesting. Yeah, so you can be your own judge when you're on the road.
Right, exactly. I have to take it out of the hands of the judges and even the crowd, you know, and that sort of thing. I have to make it myself. I have to make it happen myself.
Now, like many women boxers, you kind of a late start in the sport, which actually Hanna did as well. And you're 42 now. You started in your early 30s, I think. Well, but that's young, you know.
Right.
But in boxing, obviously, that's an age where it's normally the last portion of a career. But you feel fit, and I know that you feel like you've kind of gotten a new lease on life here.
Exactly. Yeah, you know, and I don't have a time frame for my career when my retirement will be. I'm staying in my body. I'm strong. I'm fit. My mind is in it. My heart is in it. My body's willing to do it, and the people still want me to fight. There's no reason for me to stop. So, you know, I feel like I'm in my prime right now.
And you mentioned even adjusting a little bit, and you did throw a lot of power punches against Christy Martin and had her shook on a couple of different occasions. So the new training methods bore some fruit. They
did. Those right hands were landing, and they didn't show a lot of the clips of that, but the right hands that did land in her eyes were rolling in the back of her head and things. And, you know, they stopped the fight when they did, not just because of her hand, but I had landed some really good right hands, and my intent in that round was to knock her out. It was the 6th round. And I knew that if I didn't knock her out, that I would not get the decision with Christy Martin and the press and whatnot. So,
now Hanna Gabriels is an athletic young fighter who's only been at it a couple of years. Can your experience be the difference in this match?
I'm counting on it. I'm counting on it. She's like you said, she's young in the sport, and she's young in her body, and her mind within her body doing the sport. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you know, I've been through with a lot of fighters and a lot of situations, and been through just about everything you can imagine in the ring. So nothing's going to shake my mentality and my spirit in the ring. I will stay strong and stay true to my strategy. And I think that the opposite will be true for her. She's going to get hit with some things that she's never got hit with before, and I think that that's going to shake her confidence and shake up her game and her strategy.
All right, Dakota Stone, her 3rd attempt at a world title, and she feels like this will be the time she gets over the hump on it. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much, Al.
All right, Dakota Stone, I'm Al Bernstein for the Boxing Channel. Don't forget, you can see this fight tomorrow night on the Boxing Channel. Yes, live here on the Boxing Channel. A lot of folks watching, they're going to see you in the States.
Everybody back home is watching. In Seattle, everybody's watching.
Yeah, this lady from just outside the Seattle area, and lots of fans there.